back, part 2 of this review of a recent consignment to Greg Morris Cards. If you haven't seen part 1, I posted it last week. I try to keep each video to 10 minutes or less so it doesn't get too long. But here I just want to continue scrolling through my consignment and looking at some of the cards that did well or didn't do well, and just talking about the pros and cons of using Greg Morris Cards as a consignment service. I did mention in the previous video, but I'll just briefly say again, there's a $5,000 minimum when you're consigning in terms of value. That they want you to give them at least $5,000 worth of stuff. And also keep in mind that a lot of times they'll be sorting through your stuff and returning some of it to you for various reasons. So you just want to kind of project comfortably over that $5,000 margin just to avoid having them return your your stuff. And while Greg Morris does charge 25% of the final sale figure, they do fetch pretty good prices, which is why I like to use them, and you'll see some of that as we look through some of the cards. So I left off around here in the previous video. You're gonna see a mix of cards that do well, cards that don't do well. Obviously, you know, if there was a wrinkle on this Luka Doncic rookie that I didn't see, but that's really too bad to sell a Luka Doncic rookie for 44 cents, so that's a little disappointing. But sometimes cards like this, second year Kobe Topps, you know, going for $8, I probably paid a couple dollars for it, so you know, it kind of makes up for it. So these are the ones that I really like to see when I'm consigning to Greg Morris. Now, you know, some of these cards might do more or less well. I mean, these are just probably like a good sale, but nothing, you know, spectacular. But these are the cards I really like to see. This is a spectacular sale, and there's no really predicting. Sometimes certain cards will just do really, really well, kind of unexpectedly. But every time I consign to Greg Morris, I have multiple of these cards that just do really, really well. So this Topps Gold Michael Jordan card that sold for $46. So I'm clearing $34.50. I could probably buy a half a dozen of these cards for that price. Here's the card you can see. You know, I can probably go on ComC right now and buy this card for $5. So super happy with that, $34. This is another one that probably goes for $2 or $3 on ComC. I'm gonna clear, it sold for $18.49. I'm gonna clear $13.87 on that card. This is a good price for the Barry Sanders. This is like a $1 card probably, this Larry Bird. I'm gonna clear close to $8 on that card. This is kind of a mixed batch. The Magic, this is a low price for Magic. This is a pretty okay price here. This is okay. This is a strong price for Herschel Walker. You can get these for $2.50, something like that on ComC. Herschel Walker, I'm gonna receive $10 for this card. Larry Bird, this is like okay. It's maybe a little on the low end. The 86 Fleers. Now in my previous batch, I had some really good prices on the 86 Fleers. In this one, on the other hand, it's like overall I would say disappointing. So even if I made $8 on this card for a common, if I'm paying like $2-3 a piece for these cards, which is what they go for on ComC, I'm losing money because I'm getting less than $1 for this one, this one, this one. I'm getting $1 here. So these are pretty disappointing, and these are near mint or better, near mint or better, near mint, near mint, near mint. So I mean, these are good condition cards and they should be doing well, but like I said, sometimes cards do really well, sometimes they don't, but overall I'm usually pretty happy with the prices that Greg Morris is able to get. Let's see, this is a pretty good price for Barry Bonds. This is just a common third, fourth year Ricky Henderson card. I'm gonna get $3.47. You can probably get this card for 50 cents on ComC. Another Ricky Henderson like that. This one and this one. Both of these cards you can get for under $1. So I'll be happy with those. Now I'm on the next page. I'm basically breaking even on these, but this one is probably a good 3 or 4 times what I paid. Actually, no, this is Kevin McHale, so I might have paid a little more for that. So overall, continuing, this is like just a pretty disappointing performance in terms of the prices that they fetched on these 86 Fleer cards for whatever reason. Let's see, Magic, this is okay. You know, this is okay. It's not spectacular or anything. The Shaq is okay. Now here's another of those Topps Gold Jordans. This one did really well too, $26. Definitely, you know, probably paid maybe $5 or less for that card. Garnett, that's okay. Iverson's okay. This Luca, so this one sold with a wrinkle for $8. The other, or I'm receiving $8. The other one I'm only receiving 44 cents, which is a bummer. Joe Burrow sold for 62. These vintage football, vintage baseball cards. I send some of these. These are just kind of like commons. If I can get them for $1 or something on ComC, then I'll send them in, and if they get $2 or $3, it's overall solid for me. This is like okay. The Rich Allen card is pretty cool. I got it in a lot on eBay where it was listed. The Rich Allen wasn't listed in the title. He was just in the second photo. And so this is all profit for me on this card, but that's pretty unusual. The Jerry Rice, this is okay. Nothing spectacular on this page. Maybe the Jerry Roos randomly sold for $39. So I probably did really, really well on this card, and then this second year Robin Yount I probably did really well on. If I'm clearing $21.75, I probably paid, these probably go for less than $5 on ComC. But this particular card I sold previously through Greg Morris and it did really well, so I was like, oh, let me buy another one. I got another one, sent it in. This one, same card, near mint or better, same exact card, and this time I'm only clearing $2, so I'm losing money on it this time. So it's kind of a crapshoot sometimes with them, but like you can see, these, you know, the ones that do really well, like this this Ron Say Ben Ogilvy card, for whatever reason, I'm gonna make $57 from this card, so I'm definitely gonna make money on this, even if I might be disappointed on some of the other cards. This Nolan Ryan, I'm definitely making really solid return on investment. The $16 is what I get paid out for this card. There's no way I paid even 1/10 of that for this card. So, you know, these Lee Smith cards, okay, when it goes for $5, I'm happy. I'm definitely paying less than $1 for this card. But then a card like this Tim Raines, I'm losing money on. OPC Don Mattingly, that's a pretty good price, 52. I get paid out 39. This random Nolan Ryan base card, I'm gonna get paid $12.37, so I'm super happy with that. But then this Cal Ripken one, you know, I'm only getting 26 cents, so it costs whatever it costs, 50 cents or something like that to get it shipped from ComC. So I'm definitely losing money there, but making a really good return on a card like this, probably a 10x or more return on a card like this. So Eric Davis, similar like the Lee Smith, it's a Hall of Fame rookie. I'm paying less than $1 for it, so I'm making close to 10x on that card. Mia Hamm, pretty disappointing. It sold for $4. This is probably like a $50 card or something, so pretty disappointing there. This is a solid price for Jeter. Oh, this Topps Gold is disappointing for Jeter, $22 for a Topps Gold. That's low. This is a pretty good price for Griffey. This is a solid okay price for for Guerrero. This is the Beltran is okay. Adrian Beltre, that's a pretty good price. Nothing like spectacular or anything. David Arias, that's like okay, nothing spectacular. This is kind of a disappointing or very disappointing price. Thierry Henry for $1. Whoever bought that is probably pretty happy with that purchase. This is a very strong price for Miguel Cabrera. I think I probably doubled my money on that card. So overall, this is pretty good for Ohtani. So overall, you can see, you know, good prices, not so good prices, but you know what stands out and what makes Greg Morris a good consigner for me to continue to use them is these like really great prices on a card like this. All it takes is a few cards like this, or even this Magic Johnson, which I mentioned in the previous video. All it takes is a few of these kind of 10x on your return, you know, cards that they do have once in a while, and it just makes the overall consignment good. I mean, you would never get this price in a million years at just listing it yourself on eBay. So thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long, and hope to see you again on a future video.